Welcome to Tales from the Skeletour, a For the Love of Ghost podcast series.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Skeletour with me, Mama E, and my Elfie.
With me, Natalie, and my birdie.
And we'll let our guests introduce themselves, let us know were you a ritual virgin and what rituals you managed to attend on the Skeletour.
I am Dodger of Zion. I live in Conway, South Carolina. Before July 11th, 2025, I was a ritual virgin and I attended the second North American ritual at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia on July 11th, 2025 with my friend Z, who unfortunately could not make it because he's recovering from a very long road trip. But I will definitely do my best to give both of our perspectives of quite the interesting trip we had.
Oh, there's stories there.
Yes, there are. Oh my goodness.
I can feel some stories. So what we're going to do now, we have two spin wheels. Natalie and I have a spin wheel each. Natalie gets to spin first today. Very exciting. Yay. So we don't know what questions we're going to ask. So, do it to biz and just make the questions fit what you want to answer. So
I'll pull a Toblerone and I'll just make it about cats after 2 minutes.
Yeah, just don't like make it start at one point, end at another. Never sure how we got there, but But Natalie gets to spin the wheel for the first question.
I do get to spin the wheel for the first question. Let's see what it's going to throw up for us. Dun, 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 dun.
And I'll just clap like it's Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, we're like, da.
So what was the energy like at your ritual?
As I said in Ghoul Bangers Ball, because I did actually get picked for Ghoul Bangers Ball, which it was unlike anything I had ever experienced in my life up to that point. I live in the southeastern United States, and one of the things we're known for in this part of the country is college football, American football. And these are places where you could get upwards of 90,000 people, and some stadiums are over 100,000 people.
Wow.
And I'm a fan of the South Carolina Gamecocks. One of the things we do is we have Darude Sandstorm as like a secondary fight song. They play it after every score. And actually, let me grab this really quick over here, because one of the things we do during Sandstorm is we wave towels up in the air. Yeah. So you can imagine 79,000 people jumping up and down simultaneously, waving one of these things in the air. You can actually feel the stadium shake underneath of you while you do it. And I'm all the way up in the mezzanine level, so I'm absolutely feeling that. What I felt in Atlanta got really, really, really close to that, with only about a third, if not a fourth, of the total amount of people, because I think the capacity is 18,000. So it was very close to that.
Ghost fans go hard.
Yes, and I was also on the barricade, so all of it was coming up towards me, so I could feel it at my back too. My friend Z and I were actually the last two people on the barricade, because we were anointed VIP, and I got at the arena at stupid o'clock in the morning just to make sure that we would get a good number. We actually wound up getting anointed 21 and 22, and other than the ADA barricade, which I'm really glad they did that, they had an ADA barricade for people who had mobility needs and whatnot, but we were the absolute last two people on the barricade, at the very least on my side of the stage, because we were located where Soto hangs out, that part of the stage. That's where we were. But that was intense, that was amazing, and from the moment everything went silent and dark and the very start of Peacefield began, I kind of threw my head back and I screamed from the top of my lungs, knowing it was starting, kind of like a teeny bopper werewolf almost, the way I just did. And there were tears in my eyes, and I cannot wait to go back in January when I see them in Greenville, South Carolina on January 26th. So I'm definitely going back.
That's my husband's birthday, the 26th, and my best friend's birthday. I have to my non-ghost.
Hey, how about that?
I'm so sorry, Nat. Nat's my ghost best friend, my non-ghost.
But all in all, the energy level was incredibly intense. on level with a Saturday in the South, and I cannot wait to relive it again.
Oh, it's such good
awesome.
energy. It recharges you. It's such a good feeling. Like you talking about it again, I can feel all of our shows that we managed to go to.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So my first question gets to be, what was your favorite piece of merch you saw and or got?
Oh, well, that would be very easy. That would be Fritato here.
Ah, hello, Potato.
One of the things that we got to do as VIPs was we got early access to the merch table. And I had heard so many stories about this little bugger selling out over in Europe. And I was so glad we got VIP. I'm like, I'm not risking it while I'm up here. I'm grabbing him, and he is coming home to Conway with me. So I got Fritato, and because it is a Sunday afternoon here in the United States, that means it is NFL football time. So I have got him properly dressed because in my house we say "Go Birds."
Cute. That's so cute.
So I got Fritato, and my friend Z, he actually got a hoodie that he wears pretty much everywhere. He says it's one of his favorite hoodies ever. So
is it the Batwing or the one with the spine on the back?
I think he got the one with the spine. I actually have the Copia Batwing hoodie. My mother got me that for Christmas last year. Was not expecting it. It was a really nice surprise, but
that's awesome. Love that.
Yeah, Z liked the hoodie, and I love another addition to my potato patch, and I cannot wait until Papa One shows up at my door whenever he does.
Oh,
I know. We're waiting for him to appear on the UK European site. Come on, Papa One.
Here's hoping. Here's hoping y'all get him soon.
Yes.
Well, we had that with the elves. The elves showed up on the US site, and then it was about a week or so later that they arrived on the European site, and we snapped them up, didn't we? Yes, we did.
I got my elf in because they did a second wave of the elves over in the US, and mine is named Candy Cane. He sleeps until Thanksgiving.
Oh, and bless him.
Candy Cane, CAIN Cane, and not even an hour after I managed to snag him, they were sold out again in the US. So I got very lucky with the elf.
They sold fast.
They sold really quickly over here.
What was really funny though, when we were at some of the rituals, he sold so fast that some people weren't even aware of him.
Yeah, didn't even realise he existed.
Because a few people are like, did you make that yourself? No, I didn't.
No. They are very much official merch, and they go everywhere with us.
Mine's Papa Alferitus, but he's known as Elfie.
This is Buddy.
And Candy Cane likes to mess with my tree. That's what he likes to do. And he also likes to get into my rub, so there's that as well.
So, causing problems. Don't give them ideas, I'm still in trouble for even putting him in a Christmas jumper last year. So
Oh yeah, he's not so bad with the outfits. He's all right with those, but yeah.
That's it.
Elfie.
See, in this one here, this little dewdrop, he's angry because none of the clothes I find for any of these other guys will fit him because he's so tiny.
He's only a tiny dude. He can't help it.
A tiny dude.
He's just a little dude.
I'll find either an Eagles or a Gamecocks jersey for him at one point, and he will fit right in. So yeah, to answer the question, this guy was the best merch easily.
Yeah, totally agree.
So would you travel sort of further afield to see the band, or
okay, so technically the ritual in Raleigh, which was a few days later, was actually a lot closer to me. It was only maybe like 170 miles. For context, I live in Conway, South Carolina, which for the Americans watching is about 12 miles northwest of Myrtle Beach.
Okay, yeah, I know where you are.
So the closest ritual to me would have been Raleigh, but I knew of all the stuff that was in Atlanta because you have the College Football Hall of Fame, you have the World of Coke, you have the Georgia Aquarium, you have the Civil Rights Museum, which if you're ever in the South, vital visit. They were closed at the time, unfortunately, but definitely one worth visiting. So having been to Raleigh and knowing what's there, which Raleigh's cool, it's a university town, it's really nice in that regard, but I had never really been to Atlanta, and I knew it was a very easy shot because I live in Conway, and then over to this is flipped. Over to the west of me is the state capital of Columbia, That's where my friend Z lives. And Columbia is located along Interstate 20, which goes from Florence, South Carolina on a straight shot to Atlanta, Georgia. So easy, it was a little longer, but it was easier to go to Atlanta. So I flipped the coin between Raleigh and Atlanta, and I decided, you know what? We're gonna make it Atlanta. So 350 miles one way from here in Conway to Columbia to pick up Z, and then all the way over to Atlanta to get there. So I was already traveling pretty freaking far.
I do sometimes forget just how big the United States actually is. Because 350 miles to us is literally one end of the country to the other.
That's it.
You know,
probably in the sea by that point.
Well, I went to college 500 miles from where I grew up, because I grew up outside of Philadelphia, up in New Jersey, and I went to college in West Virginia, and that was going towards Harrisburg, down through Martinsburg, and I eventually hit campus. So 350 miles was nothing for me. And plus, it's a road trip. We get to listen to ghost music the whole way, and you never know what you're going to find when you go on a road trip. So that was another reason for the factor of Atlanta. And when the leaks started happening for the second leg, when I started to hear Jacksonville being thrown around, Jacksonville is about 7.5 hours from where I live. And I was already plotting the logistics, like, okay, if it's going to be Jacksonville, because I'm thinking...
Is that Jacksonville, Florida?
Correct, Jacksonville, Florida. There is a Jacksonville, Alabama, but that's and a Jacksonville, North Carolina, but no, this is Jacksonville, Florida. And then I saw the video, and it was Charlotte, which is about 3 hours away from me, and then Greenville, which is about 3 hours away from me. And that's all the way on the other end of South Carolina from where I am. So I'm like, so I told Z after we got out of Atlanta, if they come to Charlotte, we're going. So I'm watching the chapter, and I see Charlotte, and then I see the map go down. And I'm like, I'm here thinking, please go to Columbia, please go to Columbia, please go to Columbia, please go to Columbia. And then it said Greenville, and I'm like, damn it, I gotta go upstate. It's a very long story, but I have a special animus for the upstate of South Carolina for a number of reasons. There's some good stuff up there, but I haven't had a lot of good experiences up there. So, okay. But yes, if I had to go to Jacksonville for the second leg, I absolutely would have. But Atlanta was already pretty far.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But the advantage of that was the day after the ritual, Z's family actually invited us to come up to their cabin in the woods of North Georgia.
Oh, that's
so we got
nice.
to spend the day on the lake, spend the night in a cabin with. I kid you not, this cabin looks like it would be in one of those vacation homes of the rich and famous, with like the barn doors. The bathroom soap was imported from Portugal, and the views of the Blue Ridge Mountains were just beautiful.
Oh, I bet they were stunning.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I wouldn't have been able to do that if I went to Raleigh. So ultimately, traveling the extra time to go to Atlanta, absolutely worth it.
Well worth it. Well worth it. Nice way to wind down after Ghosts as well.
Would I go to Atlanta again? Maybe, depending on where else they would go. But going that length to see Ghost, yeah, you bet. I would absolutely do that again. No regrets about that.
No.
Good.
Traveling for Ghost does not equal regrets, does it, Nat?
No, I mean, the furthest we went was from where I lived to the opening of the European leg, which was Manchester. That's just under 170 miles. And I would like to tell you that is the furthest that we travelled for Ghost, but it's not, because we left the country. We went to Sweden.
Oh, which one?
Linköping.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was amazing.
The unholy city, very nice.
It was trains, planes, and automobiles the day before, wasn't it? Literally,
oh my
I think
god,
we
it really,
tried
literally.
every mode of transport. We were on a plane. No, we did a cab. We did a plane. We did a coach, double-decker train, and then we did a cab again.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was definitely the John Candy in that situation.
You were.
And G was the Steve Martin. But yeah, it was. It was.
That's it. So true.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was worth it. It was the
You got me
double-decker
sounding like
train.
Muttley over here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's good. No,
Oh man.
literally though, we were all thought, oh, we'll have a nap on the train, and then we all got overexcited because it was a double-decker train, and so
we were like
bunch of
school
kids.
children.
We're upstairs. We're upstairs on a train. You're upstairs on a train.
I actually did get to do the once. I was actually on a double-decker train once. My best friend and I, we were headed to Illinois to help a friend of mine move back to South Carolina, and we caught the Capital Limited, and that was a double-decker train. Now, I stayed on the bottom because, well, I was tired, I was exhausted, and we had just had a 7-hour layover in Washington, D.C. Because we picked up the first train in Charleston, went all the way up to D.C., had to wait over 7 hours for our train to Chicago, and then our friend would pick us up and take us to his town in central Illinois. But yeah, I've been on a double-decker train before. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're quite fun. They were fun, yeah.
Yeah. So my next question is a bit random. It comes back to the ritual itself. Did Papa reference any parts of ghost lore or canon during your ritual?
He did say it's good to be back during his first little talking pattern. He did say it's good to be back, and I'm just thinking to myself,
this is your first time here, certainly, sir.
He did actually apologize for the weather because we actually just before Z and I got lunch at a Waffle House because it's the South, you go to Waffle House just outside of the Olympic Park, and there for like 10 minutes it was nothing but torrential downpours of rain. And just for reference, Beyonce was in town at the same day. so you have half the city of Atlanta looking like rhinestone cowboys and booty shorts, and then the other half of Atlanta is dressed like it's Halloween. And you have all of them scrambling to get out of the rain. Meanwhile, Z and I are just sitting there in the Waffle House. I'm having my chicken fried steak and eggs, which is delicious. He's playing Mariana Cross on the jukebox because he used to work for Waffle House, so he has a special access to those jukeboxes.
Nice.
But, we like it.
And Papa actually said, I know we had a little bit of rain outside. I'm sorry about that. We can't do everything to please the gods. But never mind that now.
Yeah.
The only thing that he really referenced was before, at the start of the encore, of course, because we know an encore is coming, and thankfully, I didn't see anybody in Atlanta who was so out of the loop enough that they actually left at the end of Monsters Clock. I'm like, don't go anywhere. He's not done yet. They're never done. They're not done yet. And the only thing he really referenced was just before Mariana Cross is like, don't get excited. We ran out of all the good shit. Are you guys okay? Are you okay with a really, really old one? People who don't know are thinking, oh, are we going to get something off of Opus? And I'm thinking, yeah, I know what's coming. I know what's coming. And that's what he said. This song is so old that my daddy used to sing it.
No.
And it goes right into Mariana Cross. And that also, almost immediately something popped into my head. I'm like, wait, Copia refers to Noah's papa. Perpy refers to him as daddy.
Well,
I did a bit of a thunk.
Copia has said, this is a song that my papa used to sing.
Yes.
And he also has used the words my father in reference to Nil as well.
He's not quite so daddy. He's not so caring. Like he's pissing him most of the time, to be perfectly honest, isn't he?
But hearing Perpetua say that, I'm like, that makes me think. That definitely makes me. But as far as I can remember, that's what he specific. That's the only specific thing of the lore that he referenced that I can recall.
Yeah, there's a lot to remember when you go to a ritual.
Yeah,
so much going on.
Yes.
So I think you said earlier, but I just wanted to confirm. But the question that it's spun up for me is did you do VIP at all? And I think you remember that you saying that you did.
Yes, I did Anointed. I did Anointed. These tickets were actually a Christmas present from my mother, so
oh wow,
that's the reason I got to go. So thanks, Mom. I know you're going to be watching this. So we did Anointed, and we showed up around, I want to say like 3:00. As soon as we were done at Waffle House, we hoofed it up to the arena, which is a little bit uphill because Atlanta is right at the end of the Blue Ridge Mountains at that point, so it is a bit hilly in Atlanta. But we did get up there, and they let us inside. We got our lanyards. We got our special metal cups. Yeah. Mine is currently waiting to be washed. So unfortunately, I don't have mine. But we got the metal ones over here in America. I use it at work all the time for my caffeine. And Z uses his as well. Z says
this one lives on my desk.
I'm a personal trainer. A water bottle couldn't have been a better option.
Well, there you go.
Brilliant.
There you go. And meanwhile, my ass has to be caffeinated to watch the phones at work all day. But we got that. We got our lanyard. We got a few stickers, which unfortunately the stickers got lost somewhere between here and getting home. Only one of my stickers survived. And I wound up sending that to Jake. So,
that's nice. I love that.
I sent that I actually sent a care package to him in Sweden, and the Skeletour VIP sticker was part of it. Yeah. But then they escorted us through the many labyrinthine halls of the State Farm Arena, and they took us to the museum area, the fan zone area, which had a bar set up.
Yep.
So I got a drink that I christened the Copia, and it's Sprite, a little white rum, a little bit of blue curacao liqueur, and a touch of lime juice.
Hang on, let me just write this down. So Sprite,
yes, or 7-Up, or whatever lemon lime soda you can find.
Sprite or 7-Up, and then white rum. So white Bacardi.
Bacardi could work.
Would work with Bacardi, Cardi.
Yeah. And then you said blue curacao.
Yes, and lime juice.
And then I
like that sound of that. I don't even drink, and I like the sound of that.
I may have I'll have a word. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
And then an umbrella in the top and a bit of sparkle. You're sorted. It's a bit of edible glitter.
Edible glitter in it. Give it a swirl.
If they had edible glitter, I would have asked for that.
Add the bit of the bling in there. He likes.
If we put like silver edible glitter in there, just to really give it like the jacket pop, it would be perfect. Yes.
Speaking of which, I know one of the things that is big in the Ghost fan community is the trinket trade, whether it's stickers or little handicrafts. Oh yeah, I've got a crap ton of bracelets.
On at the minute, yeah.
I don't have anyone at the moment because I'm in the middle of reorganizing my room right now. But one of the things we did was trinket trade. I made like 40 bracelets.
Oh,
I love it.
And not a single one of them went back home with me. They all found new homes in Atlanta.
Yep.
And as I was hanging around the fan zone and I looked over toward where the coffins were, and there was actually a Copia cosplayer with the shiny blue jacket. And I actually made a bracelet that says Peachy Papa on it with a little peach charm because Georgia's noticed
peach.
Georgia's noticed the peach state, and there are peaches all over the sides in Atlanta, including the parking garage where my car was parked. There's a sign at the exit when you were leaving, and it says, "That's a peachy ride you got there."
Okay, that's cute.
Awesome. I love
They lean into it. They absolutely lean into it. But I saw the Copia cosplayer, and I said to myself, "This bracelet is going to be for the best cosplayer I find all day."
Oh, so I love that.
So I gave them the bracelet, and their face lit up, and it was
so peachy. I love that, and Copia is peachy in all aspects. He's a peachy boy.
So this is my candy bracelet trunk.
Oh my goodness, I need to get one of those.
And it is
I've got a whole
absolutely
chock up
stuffed full. So mine were from the rituals, and then from GhostCon, and then we've got Ghouls Ball coming up as well. So I'm sure there'll be more going in there. But
I've got stickers to print out and take with me.
I actually have printed out stickers as well, and I'll send you guys the design to put in post production. But this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it's the state of South Carolina. It's our flag. There's the palmetto up in the corner, the black moon over the peace field, and our state tree, the palmetto tree. But the trunk is a crucifix instead of the regular.
Love it, perfect.
So I'll be giving that out, and I'm also going to be making bracelets. Z actually got into bracelet making because of this as well.
My son too. Yeah.
There's quite a lot of people who got into it. Adam did. Our friend Adam, didn't he? Yeah. So many people were like, I'll just make some bracelets. Go on. Then.
One of the funniest bracelet moments, though, as I was in line with Z early in the morning, there was a V cosplayer, a couple of people up from us, and I actually did have a purple and black bracelet, and it says "fucking V" on it.
Hey,
and I have specifically saved that.
Actually, I've seen on the VIP, I don't know, because I think, was it at the first round, but there is now at the VIP, there's a bracelet making station. God, can't say that fast, can you? I just love the fact that even Ghost have realised how much everyone likes making these bracelets and have actually include it as part of the experience now.
If they have it in Greenville, I am absolutely going to make one just to have that for myself.
Yeah. That's a brilliant idea.
That's
I love that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
but a couple people up was a Perpetua cosplayer. And I just went up to them and I just extended it to them, and their friends were kind of giggling, but they were like, "Oh, thank you so much."
Yeah, I love it. I love all of that. It gets everyone talking and chatting, and it's just a nice feeling.
And then after the fan zone was over with and we were done, they actually let us take our phones out when we went into the fan zone so that we could take pictures.
Yeah.
And I got to take pictures of all the different pictures. I got to see the vanity from Right Here, Right Now. Oh. I got to sit in the confessional from Satan Eyes. That was really cool.
I have my picture.
I got to see all the various prints from all the other rituals, the memorabilia from the Cardinal Copia era. It was just really cool.
Stunning. I loved all the drawers because there's the Ouija board in there as well, and then there's his set list. And I love how they they show what pyrotechnics and stuff they're going to have with emojis. It's done with the emojis.
Funny enough, I actually have a Re-Imperator set list that I bought in Ghost Deal or No Deal a week ago. If I still lived in New Jersey, this would have been my home ritual. It was from the Re-Imperator ritual in Camden, New Jersey. At what used to be called we used to call it the Blockbuster Sony Music Entertainment Center. I don't know. I think it's the Freedom Mortgage Pavilion now. It's had so many name changes.
Yeah.
But I'm getting that set list, so I absolutely know what you're talking about. But when we were done in the fan zone, they sent us out to the pit entrance. And you had to line up based on your degree of VIP and then in order. So Apostles obviously got to go in first, and then Anointed. So we had 19 and 20 in front of us, and then we were 21 and 22, 23 and 24 were behind us. And one of the people with the band was like, "Okay, do we have Anointed 9? Do we have number 9, number 10?" And I kind of wanted to be that asshole, and I wanted to shout bingo.
Yeah,
it was tempting. It was tempting, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going to mess with the clergy, not when I'm about to have the most. But it would have been funny.
Yours sounds better organized. Mine was. They gave us numbers. I was actually weirdly. I think I was like number 22 on my wristband. But they didn't line us back up afterwards. Like literally, the apostle went in, and then suddenly it was we were just all kind of sent in. So I ended up being quite lucky. But I was like, why did you bother giving us a number if you weren't going to use it properly? O2, do better. This is what you're there for.
And then, funnily enough, in Linköping, we had GA. We just had General Pit, and we were 21 and 22.
It was so funny.
We got there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we ended up being 21 and 22. I think we got lucky because it was absolutely throwing it down that day. The rain was horrendous.
The weather helped us, but the weather being so rubbish actually helped us out.
But you saying that you managed to get a fucking V candy. I have 4 of them.
Nice.
Have variations of fucking V on them.
Well, see, here's the thing though. While a lot of other people were doing candy bracelets, I'm actually like, these are going to go to people. I want them to be kind of nice. Yeah. So I actually ponied up for the glass beads. So my bracelets are with glass beads.
Mine are all glass. Nice. The ones that I make, when I make them, are all glass beaded as well.
Yeah. And just as they called our number and they beat it into our heads, you better not run. Don't you run when you get in there, because we don't want to stampede, which I mean, there was a little bit of pace in my step, but I wasn't like full on sprint. Yeah. I wasn't going Usain Bolt on that, as tempted as I wanted to. And Z was like, it's okay. Don't run. I see it. And the next thing I knew, the last spot on the barricade was for me and Z. And as soon as I got to the barricade and I felt it under my hands, and I was looking up at the kabuki, and I'm seeing everything filling up around me, and as soon as everything clicked in my head, the first thing I did was I began to cry.
Yeah, I totally understand.
And totally as you can see, I'm getting a little misty-eyed right now.
I can feel it for you. Like, you just stood there going, I'm here. I've made it. This is actually happening.
And Z is like, it's fine. You're here. And I'm like, it's real. It's real. It didn't matter that we got stuck in that traffic jam on 85. It didn't matter that we got yelled at by that random person because our hotel oversold valet parking. So we actually had to park in a public garage a block away. It actually worked out for the best because I saved over $100 not paying for valet. So that was ultimately good, but at the time it was really inconvenient.
Stressful, yeah.
It didn't matter that my DoorDash driver got lost on the way to our hotel, and we were over an hour late getting our bao and our steamed dumplings for dinner the night before. It didn't matter that our Lyft driver got lost on the way to the arena because apparently the rideshare drop-off is different from the arena entrance. It didn't matter that we had been on our feet all day. None of that mattered in that moment. It didn't matter that I drove 350 fucking miles through two big cities of traffic. And also because it's the summer, I'm facing people that are coming to the beach because I live near a tourist town. None of that mattered in that moment because
you were there.
I was there, and it was finally sinking in. I was there in that moment. And within about an hour and a half, because they let us into the pit pretty early, within an hour and a half, everything was going to go dark. It was going to start, and I was in for the time of my life.
Yeah.
God. I've got to ask the question again now, which works quite well. So in that moment, were you lucky enough to get something from the show? Did you end up with any mummy dust? Did you get a drumstick, confetti, anything like that?
Okay, so let me lead into that with this. Because I was on the barricade, I knew that I was going to be able to see Vanessa. The very first bracelet I made was a glass bracelet of like dark gray spiral glass beads with purple, and the letters say GTV in ATL.
Oh, cute!
And at the end of the ATL, I put a peach charm to make it stand out from the other bracelets because I knew she was going to get a million of them from people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to make this stand out a little. So I put a little peach charm on it. And people were telling me they had seen Vanessa all day, and I'm like, please don't tell me I'm going to miss her. And just as the tears stop, as I've stopped crying, and I'm like, okay, now I got to get into ritual mode. I got to get psyched up. I hear a loud cheer that's kind of coming over like a wave, and that's when I realized, oh, that's Vanessa. That's Vanessa.
Yep.
So I flag her down. I was like, Vanessa, I've been waiting all day for you. And I said, I give it to her, and I said, there's little peach on here because you're in the peach state. But this was the first one I made. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. That was really nice of you. And I just said to her, well, welcome to the South.
Yeah.
And then she asked, do you want to be on camera? And I'm like, yes.
That would be amazing.
So they actually put the first take because they got me twice. The first take wound up in Ghoulbanger's Ball. The second take, because they asked me the same question twice, and the second take, I actually turned into a blubbering mess because that's what I thanked my mom for getting me one of the best Christmas presents ever.
Aww.
And Vanessa actually gave me a hug after that part was done, which Vanessa's just a total sweetheart.
She is. She's adorable. So lovely. We love her.
We adore her.
So, funny enough, when Mummy Dust came around, I actually saw them wheel the confetti cannons over, and it was literally right in front of me. Like, if I stood over it, I would have gotten smacked in the face with all of it. I was strategically located where the cannon was, and I said to Z, get ready, because I'd previously said to Z, bring your stadium bag so that you can hold it open and you just catch as much of it. But by the time I'm like, there's no time, just grab as much as you can. And then, it all came out, and we wound up with so much of it. We gave most of it away.
Yep.
Z had one that he was holding on to, but he accidentally gave that away too.
Oh.
But the next time I saw him, I gave him one of mine. So I have 3 of these.
Yep.
I have 3 of these that are still. One of them got a little torn up, but I'm now missing 3 variants, and then I'll have a complete Mummy Dust collection.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm missing the first Cardinal Copia, I'm missing Terzo, and I'm missing the Meliora 10th anniversary book. Those are the ones I'm missing. I have the rest.
Yeah. You got a few left.
Yep.
I have a few left.
Pay my rent with that. But that wasn't the only thing. Toward the end of Mariana Cross, I feel somebody tapping my arm, and I look over, and it's Vanessa, and she's got a big smile on her face, and she opens my hand and puts something in her hand. I see what it is.
Guitar pick.
Yay!
Yay!
Straight from Vanessa, and I just went,
thank you.
Vanessa, thank you so much. Because earlier on in the night, Richie, security guy Richie.
Yes, Richie, we love Richie.
We love him.
He came up to my friend Z, and he kind of went like this. And then immediately put a pick in Z's hand and took off.
What color did Z get? Was it a black one or a
black as well?
I think the ones from them are black, because I got one from Richie. I think those ones are, and then the ones that are on stage are the purple ones.
But after Vanessa put it in my hand, and I'm just like, thank you, Vanessa. That's when the music stops entirely, and I'm starting to pay attention, and I look right up, and there's Phantom, like,
right there,
leering over me, and he's just going, and I'm just like, sorry, dude. I'm like, a ghoul told me to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
What did you do when the ghouls told you to be quiet, Natalie? This is a Linköping.
I think in America we would call that pleading the fifth.
She went really quiet.
The part where Phantom splits the crowd, and
it's a small arena as well. It's a very small arena.
It was a very, very small arena, and we were like literally we were second row from the barricade. We did lean over and just touch on Soto's side, and so Phantom splitting the crowd and going like this, and I waited for my opportune moment, and I waited for it to be dead silent in the arena, and I screamed, I love you at the tippy top of my voice, and he snapped his head round and looked right at me, and I'm just like, no. Oh yeah, okay, I'll be quiet now. So yeah, the ghoul's telling us to shut the fuck up. Nah.
Yeah, I'm just like, sorry, Phantom. That wasn't the only ghoul interaction I had during the night, though. Toward the beginning of the ritual, I forget what song it was, but Soto was coming back over to his side of the stage, and you guys know how he does this gesture all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And I was hoping to throw one up and get one back. So as I see him coming back, I'm trying to get eye contact with him, and I do this, and I guess he saw it because he did it right back. Then he cocked his head to the side, kind of like a confused dog.
Yeah.
And then he took this hand and
Oh,
waved with
so
it.
cute. I love. That's how you know it's him, because the way he tips his head.
Yes.
How did you recognise Pear? Geraldine?
Because he tipped his head. We actually met him when we were in Sweden. We
nice.
We went to Stockholm. Went to Garlic and Shots. In is it Södermalm? Yes, Södermalm.
Yes.
Yeah. And very sorry, Sweden, if I just like mullered the pronunciation of that. And Natalie had gone off because it's quite homely in there. So like, you know, and you've been a few times, Natalie. So she'd gone off to put the caddy of sauces and stuff back, hadn't you? And I've now, and she's been off, and I can see she's talking to some people. I think, oh, who does she know in here now? Because you knew the chef, you knew the person behind the bar. So I've gone to take our crockery back. I've gone to stand up, and you've then called my name or something. I've looked over, and literally Nat's there, and then his head drops to the side next to her. And my brain had a bit of a moment, and then I just went, "Oh my God!" And I was terribly British in that moment, terribly British. And but you turned to him and was like, "I think she spotted you." But it was the head tip. It was the tilt of that head, and I went, "I know that. Why do I know that? Why do? Oh my God!" Because he does it in real life as well, just like trot out next to you, and I was like, I don't know the moustache. Why do I know that face? Oh, because it's out of context. I didn't understand.
And it was literally the night after the last European ritual. They'd come off stage in Norway on the Saturday, and we saw him on the Sunday.
Yeah, with his beautiful girlfriend Ash.
Beautiful girlfriend Ash. Oh my God, she is so lovely. And Geraldine got given a pick in London.
Yes,
London. Yes. And I'm never lucky enough to catch those sort of things, so I don't even.
And in literally, it just avoided us. The confetti, the money, everything.
The mummy does everything. So I don't even worry about that sort of thing. But when we met Pear, he put his hand in his pocket, and I have one of Pear's stage use picks all scored up, and he took it out of his pocket for me, and that is what Ash gave us. She gave us the beautiful cult pins.
I have that same pen. I have that same pen, and I actually have the handwritten thank you note from Pear. I actually have that. I actually keep that in the glove box of my car.
Yep, I understand that.
So that's where I keep.
Bless him. He apologized for only having one guitar pick. Because like,
I know we
didn't come to pickpocket you, dude. We just came to say hello.
You didn't come to pickpocket him.
Yep. But
there's one that's just fallen off the top. There's my Pope Stars guitar pick as well.
Nice.
Oh.
So what is your? I mean, you've talked a lot about stuff and obviously the ritual, even though it was not, all that long ago, it still seems quite fresh. But what was your favorite ritual moment?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy enough. Was at the very end of year 0 when the glass broke, which a friend of mine actually went to the ritual in Amsterdam, because I have a friend in Mexico who is in the Netherlands for grad school.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Amsterdam for the ritual, and he was telling me tiny little details, so I knew that the glass was going to break.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how it was going to work. So that final whoosh of flame, which honestly, in Atlanta, summer is hotter than that, so I was able to handle the pyro no problem. But I could still smell the diesel they were using to make that work. But the moment I heard that okay, time to go back to June 2024. I was just fresh out of a job. I had moved over 200 miles from where I was living on the western end of South Carolina, just outside of Augusta, Georgia, because my roommate got a job in Hawaii, and he actually works on nuclear submarines. It's really cool. But I couldn't stay where I was, and family had a house in North Myrtle Beach that I was able to stay in for a little bit while I got myself established. I moved to a job that I took, again, 200 miles to take this job. 2 months after I took that job, just a week before Right Here, Right Now came out, I got a call on my day off and they told me that they were parting ways with me.
Oh, wow.
And I had already gotten a ticket to Right Here, Right Now because I used to be a casual listener of Ghost. I have a friend in Charleston. His name is Nash, and he has a show called Radio Dead Air that he's been doing for 25 years now. It used to be over Shoutcast, if you know what that is.
It's ringing a bell, yeah.
It's the broadcasting software that was run off of Winamp.
Okay, yeah.
So he started in 2000, but I found out about Ghost through him because he played Squarehammer one night, I think in 2017. He was when I heard Squarehammer the first time. So I had been a casual listener, so seeing that they had a movie, I'm like, oh shit, they got big. And so I'm like, you know what? It's summer. I want to get away from all the tourist crap that's happening right now. So I bought a ticket. I'm like, it's 2 hours of distraction. What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about the lore. I didn't know anything about the story. I knew little bits and pieces about the band's history and a couple of songs, but I wasn't fully in the rabbit hole yet. And I was enjoying myself. Watching the movie, but that was the song that made me go from a casual listener who liked hearing them on Pandora to somebody who, you know what, give me the piece of paper. I hereby sign my soul over to Tobias Jensforge of Linköping, Sweden. My soul is now yours. Please take my soul, please. Yeah, that was the song that turned me into a full-on fan. So as soon as I heard that song start, the waterworks happened again, and I'm like, I'm here in this moment. This is coming full circle.
Yeah,
that was my full
right now.
My full circle moment was He Is, and I'm doing the whole I'm in church thing. I got my hands in the air, and I've got tears in my eyes, and I'm feeling the unholy spirit, as it were. Yeah. I'm in the South. It really did feel like a Sunday in church. So, but that was easily, seeing Vanessa was awesome. Getting the pick was nice. Having the ghouls give attention to me, positive or negative, was pretty cool. and I'm not even getting to what Papa did for me, but yeah, I'll get to that a little bit. But that moment coming full circle from where I was at the Coastal Grand Ball at the Cinemark in Myrtle Beach to being on the barricade in Atlanta, Georgia, that was the best moment of the ritual for me. Was He Is coming, everything coming back around to where it was. That was my favorite moment.
Yeah,
I'm getting a little misty-eyed thinking about it now.
Don't blame you. It is magical what they do on stage. Like,
it's incredible.
It is just wow. Coming back to physical copies, we've signed our souls over and we send our monthly paychecks to him. So how many variations of Skeletor did you get if you bought any physically, and what did you get, and which is your favorite if you did? Make it
okay. I don't have any vinyls because I don't have a record player.
I don't have a record player. I have so many vinyls.
But I also lived with somebody who was a utilitarian for 2 years. So in terms of buying stuff that I didn't really have a use for, I kept it limited. But I went to Yellow Dog Discs in Wilmington, North Carolina for the Skeletour Eve. And I bought 3 CDs, or actually no, 2 CDs. They both got the purple stamp on them.
Yep.
And 1 cassette.
Yep.
That I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna have a retro thing, I'm at least going to have something that I could use in an old car.
Yeah.
So I have a Skeletour cassette, and I have 2 CDs, and then I have a 3rd CD that I actually ordered from England that is autographed by V.
Oh.
So I have 3 CDs. Actually, it's only 2 CDs now because I wound up giving 1 to Z as a thank you gift because Z actually helped me move.
Yep.
Aww.
So I gave that as a thank you to Z. The one with the other one with the midnight stamp on it, I'm actually holding on to. Again, this is going back to what we were talking about with football. South Carolina's coach, his name is Shane Beamer, and he does a lot of philanthropic and charitable events here in South Carolina. And I've attended a lot of the events that he goes to, and him and I actually have somewhat of a rapport now to the point where if he sees me all the way across the room, his eyes go wide and he gives me a big smile and he wraps me up in a huge hug.
Aww.
And somebody with his power and influence knowing me like that, that's really cool. And to thank him for his awesomeness, I'm going to give him the other Midnight stamped copy.
Yeah. So that's cool. I love that.
So, well, if I'm allowed to, the NCAA might not allow me to because there's rules governing what you can and can't do for coaches. Because I am because as a season ticket holder, I'm technically considered a booster. But given that him and I kind of know each other now on some level, even if like I'm not personal, like a personal friend of his, but he knows me well enough, I think it would be okay.
Yeah.
But regardless, so as of right now, I have 2 that are in my possession. I have 1 CD that is signed by V, and I have a cassette that I got at midnight.
Oh, that's awesome. That is very cool. I have a ridiculous amount of vinyls. I'm asking for a record player for Christmas so I can actually listen to them.
What's funny is that for the longest time in my house, we had an original RCA Victrola, like the giant cabinet with the wood and everything. We actually had one of those in my house because my father had like 50 million turntables.
Yeah.
Almost none of them are functional anymore because they weren't maintained, but it would be really interesting to see if one of those would play on a Victrola. It might not actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if it plays at a slower speed, that might make it sound even more sinister.
Yeah, right.
But my uncle has the Victrola now, so unfortunately I wouldn't be able to try that out. But interesting experiment it would be.
Yeah.
And I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to tell me, no, don't do that.
Yeah. Don't do it. So we've got our last 2 questions coming up, Natalie, I'm afraid.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a really good one. So what do you think makes these shows so magical?
It's not one factor.
No.
With something like this, it is never one factor. It is the energy of the crowd, Papa's charisma, the ghouls doing what they do, security doing what they do to make sure everything is safe, everybody backstage, because I've worked backstage at big events before, so I know what they're going through. And poor Kevin Jesus Kaufman.
From New York City.
Okay, funny enough, his earpiece actually has a New York Rangers logo on it, so I thought that was a little amusing. He's off on my side of the stage near the backstage entrance, and the look on his face is intense, like he's expecting something to go wrong. He has a look on his face like, this is gonna fuck up, this is gonna fuck up, this is gonna fuck up the whole night. Now, thankfully, nothing did. But he had that look on his face as though he's ready for something to mess up.
Yeah.
And after Mummy Dust, we didn't get the leaf blower in Atlanta because our air conditioning system was what it was. So we didn't get the leaf blower, but he did come on stage at one point, and all of us recognized him, and I shouted for the barricade, "We love you, Jesus!" And a couple people did as well. But it's all of these things working in tandem.
Yeah,
because I'm pagan. I do spells all the time, and it's never one component. It is the level and the composition of everything that when you put it all together, that's when it all happens.
Yeah.
So it's the people working the lighting, it's the people working catering, it's the people maintaining the buses. It all comes together to make this. If one of those things goes wrong, it's not going to be the same.
Nope.
So
totally agree.
So I think it's everybody working together to make it happen, whether it's backstage, on stage, in the pit, in the seats, on the concourse, everybody working together to make it happen. And just the people power is what makes these so magical, at least to me, the people power.
Yeah. And I think it's when you see those people, especially like the behind the stage, behind the scenes and behind stage, all at the same time then, blah. Behind the scenes people and people who generally seem to be enjoying what they do as well. Like I like seeing them all in the ghoul bangers because that made the magic even stronger. Like you go, right, so you've spent hours like blowing that. Oh, well, no, was it take you an hour to blow up the background, but it takes 5 seconds to deflate. It's like, okay, right. So there's a lot going on there. Yeah, it is we're grateful to everybody for the
absolutely
cogs in a clockwork. You know, it's like without one little piece, the whole thing doesn't work properly. So
absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Karen's just like that now. I was like, yeah. And then that ripples out to the crowd. I think that's why then when everyone's chatting and talking and speaking to each other, that magic filters through. Because it is a type of magic.
Absolutely.
Nothing said against that is magic, is what it is. Mine's a really random question after all this, though. It's literally, who's your favourite pupper?
Yay!
Okay. Perpetua was the first one I saw. He serenaded me during Rats.
No.
During Sorrow in the Wind, when everybody was wandering around. I was like 3 people down from the person he cerised. Yeah, so I was Cerise adjacent.
Nice,
so I got a little
Cerise adjacent.
Cerise adjacent. So during Sorrow in the Wind, he actually came up onto the platform that he used during Rats to look down at all of us. He locked eyes with me, and I'm surprised I didn't collapse into a puddle right then and there.
Are you still there, really? Yeah, haven't
yes.
It never leaves you, does it?
So as much as Perpetua won his way into my heart, and as awesome of a night as it was, and it still remains the best night of my life, I have to stick with the papa that brought me to the dance.
Yay!
And that would be Copia.
Yeah, that would he's be our boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
We agree. I love Perpetua. Like Natalie and I have discussed that it's in our Why Choose era. But
absolutely.
If I honestly say who owns my heart, it's Copia. Like Copia. There's just something about him that is just beyond adorable.
I am specifically a cardinal girl.
You're a cardinal.
I'm the Cardinals girl. Absolutely.
I'm the Papa girl. I stole his jacket, ran off with it. Not getting it back now.
But I'm also very, very into Perpetua right now.
Hey, I love them all. Very colourful. We've all gone very colourful today, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
In terms of my wardrobe, Perpetua and Terzo are the only ones that I do not have official representation of in my wardrobe right now. I have a couple unofficial shirts with Terzo on it, but I don't have an official one yet. And then I need to get a Perpetua when I go to Greenville.
Well, this is numbers 6 and 7 of the Perpetua shirts.
Nice.
Because my Mexico has just arrived today as well. My Mexico shirt's just arrived today as well. So yeah, I am now at 7 Perpetua shirts.
Oh, are you? I think am I 3? I think I'm 3.
I don't want to go and count how many shirts there are in there now,
because this is a lot.
I lost count after the 15th shirt on my end.
I think there's probably
digits.
I think there's over 90 now.
Well, shit, I've got rookie numbers. I got to pump those up.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was pushing my limit, and then I had a conversation with someone this weekend who told me that they have 170.
Yeah, we're not even trying that, like whatevs.
There is one shirt.
The 3 of us, we don't even have that many.
There are 2 shirts that are my grails. One is the Johnny Bush shirt with Perpetua sitting on the steps and Copia kind of leering in the background. Mm-hmm. That's the first grail. The second grail is the Skeletour shirt from Philadelphia. Because if I still lived in New Jersey, that would have been my ritual. Atlanta didn't get an exclusive design. So those 2 are my shirt grails. Yeah. And if I come across them in my size, I'm going to grab them.
Yep.
So I had a couple of grail shirts as well. One was the London, the O2 shirt, the Aaron Lee shirt, because mine was stolen, unfortunately. So if I come across that in my size, that's an insta buy. But I had a couple of grail shirts that I consider myself very lucky to have been able to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a couple of designs I still have my eye on. Like I still definitely want the Red Death.
That's the one. I want the Red Death. That's the one I was just
absolutely love the Red Death.
I love that one.
I love the Charger shirt, which is the one that Geraldine has with the 4 horsemen on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of others, but there was a Rats shirt that I really wanted, and yeah, but most of my grails I've managed to get.
I want the new Aaron Lee artwork, which hopefully will be on all the t-shirts when they announce new dates, with the whole mitre and Papa's face, because that is beautiful. He's definitely got the essence of Papa there.
He really does, yeah.
In terms of grail that is not shirt, the one grail I had was the race car.
Oh, yes.
I managed to grab one for a fair price and in Deal or No Deal, and the seller included some mummy dust with it.
Aww.
And also the shirt that has the Ghost logo done up like the 20th Century Fox logo with the spotlights in it.
I've got that one. Yeah.
I didn't know that one existed. I'm like, well, this is mine now. And
good.
The car actually sits on my desk at work because I actually work at a car dealership.
Oh, I love that.
I love that. Works well.
And I also have the Cardinal duck, and I have the Papa 4 duck on my desk as well. And the fact that I have ducks on my desk should tell you what kind of dealership I work for.
Very cool.
My Cardinal and my Papa are back there, along with the Copia triplets.
Nice. Yeah, I've got the Copia triplets over in my on my bookshelf over there, because I've got all the Funkos over there.
Who does it? Chibi Copia. They do brilliant little skits with the triplets. Oh, it's so when they're arguing about who's the tallest. You're all the same height, boys.
Yeah, the Copia triplets.
My brother and Satan, you're all the same height.
Yeah, but they might not be. You know, it could be.
So they have to measure.
Yeah.
They have to get the cookies out to measure.
Yeah, make sure you started that by doing.
I started that one off.
Measuring him with the custard
my tiny
creams.
terzo and custard creams. He is exactly 7 custard creams high. Very important.
Jeez, and I thought Americans used anything but the metric system to measure, but you guys do too, apparently.
Yeah, we use cookies. Yeah,
use biscuits. Okay. Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it has been an absolute pleasure. And what we always like to round off with, this final question that we give to everyone, it normally can be a bit emotional one, is if Ghost were to listen to this, or Toblerone or Papa was to listen to this, what would you like to say to them? What would you love them to know?
Okay. I have actually given this a lot of thought, that if I were to ever meet Papa, I would be talking to Papa, but I would be speaking to Tobias.
Yeah.
And there have been so many people that have given Perpetua and his predecessors tales of sadness and woe and tragedy and bad things. And while I've had a lot of that, I mean, I've listened to the entirety of Right Here, Right Now over and over again while a tropical storm was passing over my house last year. So I'm not going into any of that. I am just going to say thank you for everything you do, everything that you have done, everything that is still to come that might not even be a spark of imagination in the back of your head yet, but one day when it does, I'm already appreciative of the fact that you are giving the world so much of yourself and putting so much of yourself into what you do. You don't have to do all this. You could go back, you could take it a few steps down. None of us would be any wiser. And I would still be very thankful for that, but you don't half-ass anything.
No.
And I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
And as somebody who has worked with voice actors for video games, people who have done ads for, I know some, like a friend of mine is actually a public address announcer for a National Hockey League team.
Oh wow!
But he's also a voice actor in Elder Scrolls games. Like he's a voice actor in Skyrim, among other things. And I know somebody else who is associated with a rather well-known video game character of the 90s, but he is also an on-call voice actor for a major animated series. I can't say which one, but it is a big one and is rather culturally ubiquitous. But he has also done voiceovers for commercials for Budweiser, among other brands. I know what it's like to see people get burnt out, because they get burnt out, and
Yeah.
they need to take a step back. And Lucifer knows Mr. Forge has definitely probably gotten burnt out multiple times. I mean, he's given interviews between the interregnum between Impera and Skeletor. I could relate to that, and him talking about having panic attacks. I get panic attacks. I have been diagnosed with a litany of stuff, so I know what that's like.
Yeah.
But all in all, if I could say one thing to Papa and or to Bias, the one thing I could say is the world is a better place because you are in it. And I am glad that among the billions of years of time that our planet has been through and the universe has been through, this is a drop in the bucket compared to all of that. And I count myself very fortunate that I happen to exist as the same time as I do you. And I'm forever grateful for that much. That's what I would say.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Together.
Yeah,
Going
pretty
steam
good.
tissues, here we come.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't give him any ideas. He already listens to us.
Yeah, he really does. This is just a really random one. Nat and I were literally talking charm bracelets. And then the next day she messaged me, I'm not kidding you, and literally sent me a screenshot that charm bracelets have now just literally landed on the website. We were both like,
okay, so funny enough, we were talking about when it was revealed that he was going to be performing it Back to the Beginning, and that was when we found out his name was Perpetua, and of course the speculation flies, and people are talking like, oh, what song do you want to hear him do? And the song I suggested that I didn't hear anybody else say, I'm like, I want to hear him sing Bark at the Moon.
yay!
Selfishly, because I just want to hear him howl. Because I know that.
Totally understandable. We'll go with
and then
that.
the set list gets leaked, and I'm like, I fucking called it. I called it. And I actually got to watch that at work because I paid for the pay-per-view, and I actually got to watch it at work.
That's so cool.
And my coworkers are coming in like, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching the Black Sabbath tribute. And they're like, wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
So
awesome.
So yeah, called it.
Called it. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you
for having us.
It was so much fun. I love these episodes. So I love doing these, and I enjoy these so much because this is part of the magic for us. Like just finding the one's joy, and the world and its uncle is a not very nice place at the minute. So any little glimmer of joy is well appreciated.
Absolutely.
If anyone else would love to come on and join their flip me. And I didn't even get the email address this time, Nat. It's been a day.
It's fine. It's fine.
If anyone else would like to come on and share their SkeleTales with us, you can email us at talesfromtheskeletor@gmail.com. Yeah, exactly. Have it running across the bottom. Either be 18 or over or have someone, a parent or guardian, who can join you. And again, we say thank you so much, and see you all again soon, everyone. Bye!
Bye!
See you soon for more SkeleTales. If you'd like to share your SkeleTales on an episode, send an email to us on talesfromtheskeletor@gmail.com.